Hey Jess, how are you? Hi, who's in here? Welcome in. Paid readings are open, guys. Nice, Jess. watch the Perfect Neighbor? Where the hell is IG? I gotta ask him something. That's funny. I mean, you're good. I'm chilling right now. Whoever, I mean, if people donate, they donate. I'm chilling. I'm watching something, so it's no big deal. What is a Reuben sandwich? one is called sandwich. Oh, okay. Hi everyone, welcome in. Paid readings are open. Hi, Crystal. Girl, I woke up, let me tell y'all. I fell asleep, I was feeling nauseous. I, girl, I don't think that's a lawnmower. I think that's the guy that works on his car back here. Um, I went to sleep nauseous and I woke up nauseous. I have barely eaten today because I just felt sick. Yeah, that's why I don't read that stuff, Crystal. Nothing that triggers. I don't pay attention to that. I mean, I've told you, I've been keeping up to date with what I have to, but I try not to read it. But I'm also not as triggered, you know. Yeah, it's nice over here today too. Yeah, I don't. That's why I don't. I don't look at stuff that honestly, Crystal, just triggers me. Like that's. I'm not triggered by it anymore because it is what it is. Um, but um, girl, they're fucking weirdos. Yo, how about that confirmation for you today, Crystal? Well, the confirmation for us. I was like, oh my God. Wait. He said that what? Yo, hella. I sent it to IJ because I'm like, I'll be like, I need your male perspective, and he was like, yo, I was dying. I'm like, yo, that was funny. I think I'm gonna do a video on the Normans. I'm gonna do a Norman video. Oh my god. I ain't gonna lie, today is not a bad day for it to be nice and slow. It's actually a good day. It's a good day to just chill. Girl, what? Pose your question. Alright, let's see. Yo, my guy best friend is so stupid. Why the fuck he gonna tell? He's like, yo, it's Nicki Minaj page up, right? I guess she been cutting up, and I said, nah, she deleted it. He said, he said, is her IG up, or she blocked me? And I said, nah, she deleted it. So I'm over here like, yo, could you imagine telling Ash, it's his wife? Could you imagine telling Ashley that Nicki Minaj blocked you? Because why the fuck would you think? All right, let's see. Let me shuffle these cards real good. I haven't used this deck in a minute. Girl, why the fuck do I get? Remember what I was saying? Financial. I'm getting a financial burden. Like I don't know what the. Let me get more. Hold on. Let me just pull. Let me pull my full spread, and then I'll get more. Hi everyone. Welcome in. Paid readings are open. Okay. Yo, I wonder if his son asked him for money. Yeah, I wanna. Yo, does his son ask him for money? I feel like, yo, he got a lot of shit on his mind. Does his son drive? He just got his permit. Okay. So, okay. So I feel like he kind of put a bug in his ear that he wants a car, but let me just get more on this. Hi, Yami. Where did you send it to? Oh, I got it on PayPal. Hold on, Crystal. Give me a second. My sister just texted me. This whole time I was here, quiet. All right, let me pull more. Not Chris Brady. Right, he better start working. He wants to. Yo, and but remember how I told you that I feel like he's gonna start working? There could be. So I feel like, all right. So I have the King of Pentacles. I'm gonna tell you what I have here. King of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the World, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. So I literally asked like, what is his mood ever since he went with his son, right? Um, and then I'll get like his energy towards you. Um, I feel like he's definitely carrying some type of emotion. Like he's carrying a lot emotionally right now. And this is why he's not saying much because you know the King of Pentacles kind of tries to figure shit out on their own. Um, he's trying to be a leader and not be a burden. And I feel like um the King of Pentacles is showing that he's trying to stay grounded and responsible. He's focused on stability, money, and holding it together. But the Ten of Wands reveals that something has been weighing heavily on him since that day. I feel like I feel like something triggered him since he went with his son, and I feel like it has to do. I It like has him in a reflective energy. So it's not nothing that the son said that was bad or like I don't really feel like it was anything like I think it has him reflecting, maybe feeling a little guilty or like there's something with responsibility here. Um Maybe there's like this sense of like pressure about what kind of father or man he is right now. Um No, no, no. It has nothing to do with you being at the house. No, it has nothing to do with you. I feel like, so this is what I feel like is happening. It kind of makes sense to me now, like spirit being more clear. Remember how I said like he's evolving? And I feel like, no, 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 because I feel like he could go spend time with his son elsewhere. It has nothing to do with you. Like I feel like he knows how he can make shit happen to like spend time with his son. But I feel like he may feel like now his son is older. Remember I was saying this, like his son is older. His son not really too like he feels like maybe he missed out on time before that he could have like precious time is what I'm getting. So I feel like it's more about reflecting on so how I could put it. It's funny that my guy best friend was just texting me, but like my guy best friend had moved to out of state, like to Baltimore. His son was out here in Philly, you know, but where he was living at like 2 hours and a half away, like he couldn't make that drive every day. So there's stuff that he missed out on, right? Because he wasn't here. So even I remember last year, like I was like, bro, like that was like that was like 10 years ago. Like you have to move on from it. Like, you know, now you're when you move back to Philly, you've always been active. Like he's very active now, like him, his wife, everybody. And I was like, so you like don't let that like what happened in the past. It's not like you were a deadbeat father. You just wasn't yeah, you was out of state. So I feel like it's something with him maybe like feeling guilty because I think now he's seeing his son is more independent. His son is gonna be doing his own thing. His son is maybe focused on like his relationship or whatever, and maybe he feels like he missed out on some time, and maybe he does. I feel like maybe the son was talking about like having a car and stuff like that, and he knows that he can't really provide that, right? So I feel like it has to do with that because right away I had got a car. Um, I feel like the Two of Cups and the Eight of Swords together is like while he deeply values the bond between you and him, I feel like he's just right now mentally trapped in his own thoughts. Like he might feel torn between emotions and what he thinks he should be doing or what he feels that he should have done. This is with you too though, Crystal. Like there's guilt with how he's handled your connection. So I feel like he's just is what I was telling you, it's almost like a personal thing. Um it's like a personal thing that he's going through, which was that I was telling you, like trying to evolve. And what's happening is he's having like guilt with how he's handled things with like the most important people in his life. So this makes sense. Remember yesterday I was just like, yo, it's something with him. Like it has to do with his growth, but I couldn't really get what it was. So it's like Does it have to do with you? I mean, yeah, because he's kind of just looking at things. I feel like he may be feeling right now like life could have been a lot different had he stepped it up sooner. So it's like he's carrying guilt with you, him, and possibly even like Sophia. You know what I mean? Like how he's handled things in general in his life, having regrets. But this is like a good place. I know it's not a like it may not sound like a good place to be at, but it does show that there will be growth after that, right? Tell him that it will be better because the kids can bond with exactly. And but he's just obviously just has to accept that, he is an adult now. Or he's at least he's not an adult yet, but soon he will be. So it's more about missed time, but not tied to you. Like whatever guilt he feels when it comes to his son, it has nothing to do with you. Yeah. And I feel like he also wants to try to mend like that relationship that you and him have, you and the son have. And I think that will come with time. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because I feel like even with like you and the son, when it comes to y'all two, like I think that had he stepped it up and maybe even like put his foot down and been more like created more structure there, um like, look, this is my wife, and you have to respect her, and like, we're gonna have to resolve this. Like, he should have ever, I don't know if the kid will ever like me. Yeah, I think that just to have something more cordial between you guys, but yeah, I feel like he knows that he's the cause of, or he at least should have stepped in and mediated the situation, and he didn't. I'm assuming he didn't. Um, I feel like with the Seven of Cups in the world. It shows for me more, I'm not getting confusion, I'm getting more contemplation. And it has a lot to do with like he's trying to make sense of why he's feeling the heaviness, like because I feel like he's feeling it in his chest. But Chris created all of that. I think that would be hard for him to. Yeah, I don't think, what's crazy? I don't think it is because I think now that the son is getting older and being more independent, I feel like it could get easier, to be honest. I feel like it could. Um, so I feel like right now he's trying to make sense of like his emotions. Remember, I told you this yesterday. I said he's trying to like he doesn't even understand what he's going through. And maybe this is why we're getting more clarity because now it makes sense to him why he's feeling the way he feels, so he's gaining more clarity. I feel like, you know, regardless, he feels like you guys are his responsibility. And he's just trying to figure out like what direction he wants to move in when it comes to the connection with his son. Not you in the relationship, he knows where he's going with that, but more so like how to bring a more of a sense because I feel like he feels like he's pulled apart in two different worlds and he just wanted to be one world. And he's like, I need to figure out how to bring this all together. So this is like where I think a lot of his stress may be coming in now, and I won't even be surprised if it has to do with the holidays, to be honest. um I feel like, wait, makes you nervous? Why? Bitch, you always see something being a disaster and then it just works out for you. This girl, let me tell y'all something, everything works out for her, like when I tell y'all, like almost blissfully. Nah, because I feel like how he's trying to build, because I'm gonna get there, because I got the Seven of Pentacles. So he's gonna try to build that slowly. He's not gonna rush anybody in. He's not gonna rush, even though he wishes, I feel like he wishes he could just snap his fingers and like everything be cool. But he knows it's gonna take more than that. He knows it's gonna take a lot of effort from him and maybe needing to open up emotionally. And remember, he's not really good with that. So it's just a lot to process for him. But I don't see it ending in disaster, to be honest. Um, I feel like he's just a little overwhelmed right now, with thoughts about how to balance everything in his life. So again, it's not personally towards you, it's more about him and his growth and like what he's wanting, what he sees as the big picture. Because remember, like I said, nah, I don't really think so, to be honest. I don't. Nah, I don't think so because remember, I feel like I told you, like I feel like he's acknowledging that the issues here have been caused by him. So I don't see him trying to force you into like anything. I really don't. I feel like if anything, if he was gonna do that, Crystal, he would already done it. You get what I'm saying? Like I feel like if that because if that's his easy route, that if you feel like that would be the easiest thing for him to do, he would have already brought it up. Why he's not bringing it up and why he's maybe like still trying to figure it out is because he knows it's not gonna be easy. He knows he can't just be like, yo, you just gotta like, I really don't I don't feel like that's where he's trying because I honestly feel like if it was that easy, he would just fucking do it. Like, and he doesn't want that. He doesn't. No. Because and I feel like this is where the stress comes in because again, he wants it to be like overnight, but he knows he can't. He can't have it that it's gonna take more. It takes healing and it takes work. So, and it takes trusting, honestly. Because remember, like, if the kid was being fed bullshit from his mom, like, this is why I say, like, all of our beliefs come from a lot of times our parents, and why people are, why changing your mindset towards things is so important because I feel like, if the mom was feeding that kid shit, like, honestly, it's kind of like not really his fault. So just kind of seeing the other side of things, that's gonna take time for him too. But hopefully not. Um, with the Seven of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, um, I feel like I would consider I don't consider this a step back. If anything, I consider this a step forward. And it may not feel like that. Um, Girl, stop thinking that though. That's the thing, you set yourself up for the worst case scenario when you should probably start setting yourself up for the best case scenario because you just never know how it's gonna work out. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't see this because I feel like I don't know why I feel like someone else would see it as a step back, right? Because the Seven of Pentacles can contemplate, but I see it as a step forward. He is reassessing things and needing maybe some space to recharge before he feels ready to communicate more openly again or being more calm. Um, but it is again, it may look like a step back, but honestly, Crystal is a step forward. This is a good place to be for him to be in. Because it feels more about commitment long term than short term success. It feels like more like he's more focused on like the long term success than a short term success. And I wouldn't even be surprised because if he's now like dating, like you said, he could be even thinking like, damn, if he was to get married, like what Crystal can go, like I want her there. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that it's just a lot of shit that's going on. And if he had not spent time with his son like that one-on-one in a while, I think that it's just his eyes are a little bit more open. Yeah, and that's why I feel like he's trying to figure I feel like his whole purpose here is not even figuring out what he wants. He knows what he wants. It's just how do we get there? And he knows he has to figure that out on his own. Um, So then you have the Eight of Wands, and it confirms that things will definitely pick up soon. Communication, energy, and clarity will return once he processes what's been on his mind. Um, I feel like, right now his funk isn't about you or the connection, to be honest. I feel like this is what he wants. It's just more about what's going on internally with him, especially tied to family and personal responsibility. I would just say honestly, just like I had told you, give him a little time and he'll likely open up or, come back around like being lighter and more expressive once he feels balanced again. So it's again like I feel like he's now, this is why I feel like it's gonna change. Now I see like we're going in the right direction because I could not figure out what the fuck was going on with him. All I could say was that he's going through some type of breakthrough, remember? But now I can see what's going on with him. It's all about like building towards the future. He don't have like personal beef with you. He has personal beef with himself. Um, I'm gonna see. Yeah, like the hangman is contemplative energy. He's just taking a pause, and I feel like the agitation may come from him just trying to figure shit out because he don't know how to make shit work, like how to make it happen. Girl, look, you got the hangman, the king of cups, the empress, and the ace of cups. He is gonna come back around. Just let him process what he's processing because I feel like it's better for him that way. He's yeah, it's better for him that way. Like I said, I feel like he's just like thinking about the future, like how does this, because even with like, let's just say if y'all wanted to go like on a fishing trip, all of y'all, that can't happen right now. That can't happen right now. So I feel like, yeah, he would like to spend time with his son, but also like he wants you to be a part of that. He doesn't want, it's almost like he feels like he's separated by two families. And by families, I mean like you and Sophia and then his son. But he knows that's his own fault. Um, Hold on. Girl, I just asked, how's he gonna act with Crystal like in the next few days? Like, what is his energy towards her? You got the King of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the fucking Sun. I feel like now that he's kind of been able to like open up more, like process his feelings, he's gonna be more open. Like you'll see him be a little bit more lighthearted in the coming days, I feel. Let me see. You know what? Give me a second. Let me pull. Crystal Clay. Girl, I got soulmate here. I have healing, improving, mending, progress. We also have finances here showing up again, and I've been getting something with finances with him. But so with finances, I feel like money problems, but there could also be work, material things, and but there's also success. You have the justice card here. Well, it says legal matters, but it says justice. Truth, confession, clarity, reveal. Yeah, I feel like he's gonna reveal like how he's been feeling, like what he's been thinking. He may not outright be like, "Oh my God, let me tell you how I've been feeling, what I've been," but it's like little subtle stuff that he's gonna throw out there. You're gonna be like, "Oh shit, yeah." Um, yes, 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 yes. Trauma response. I just need to work on not giving single. Yeah, because I feel like you're taking it personal, and I get it. Because if you're with your man and he's acting a certain way, but I feel like sometimes people just go through shit like in their mind, and I feel like that's what he's going through, where he's in an uncomfortable space, I would say. Especially because he wasn't really sure why he was feeling that way. But I feel like again, now that it feels more clear, the energy, you're gonna see like a change in the energy. You just gotta let it happen. I just always feel when he's off because of something on the outside of our connection, and my problem I need to really work on is maybe not really giving. Yeah, because you're taking it. So when I say you don't take it personal, it's like don't think that it's like something bad that's happening between y'all. You know, if anything, this to me feels like um a step in like a real big step in the right direction. You have text message communication, you have direct message, phone call. So I feel like yeah, he's gonna communicate soon. And then we have wedding, marriage, forever, the one union. So yeah, it looks good still. So I could put it for you is yeah, he's going through something right now, but the energy between y'all, like as far as like the couple, y'all just cool, y'all cool. He did. You know, it's funny because I was gonna say, girl, he probably about to call you. Yeah, but you're fine. It's just he's going through his own internal battle right now. And I don't even, and like I said, it's not an internal battle of like, oh my God, what do I want? He knows what he wants. I just think it's a little hard for him to see it through, but he will. So that is what I have for you, boo. Yeah. But maybe you gotta like maybe like change that belief because that could be like a strong belief that you have. Remember what I told you about core beliefs, where you already have that image of like whenever he's around his son, I'm gonna have to like, kind of like tread lightly or whatever. Like whatever it is that you have belief that you have with that, just try to change that. You've seen results from just changing your perspective on something. So, um, you're welcome. All right, Yami, let me know what you donated for. Yo, this is a good one. Oh my God, it's only 2:17. Well, I thought it was much later. All right, let me know what you donated for, Yami. I'm not sure what you sent for. Is it messages? Yeah, can you hear me talking to you? Okay, let me know what you donated for. I think she's behind. All right, got you. For the messages from him, do you want black, purple, or orange? No, I saw your message. Um, what do you want for the 12 messages? Black, purple, or orange? Yeah, I already saw that. I asked you a question. That's why I think you're behind. Something is wrong with the audio on your end. Maybe come out and then come back in. I think something could be off with the audio. All right, got it. Let me grab the confessions real quick. Yeah, I think the audio was probably off because of I don't know. I don't know. It's YouTube. All right, let's see. Where is my little deck? Oh, right here. I haven't even used this deck in a minute. Okay, Bree, you'll be added. All right, let's do. And the confessions are from Jeffrey, right? Yeah, you did say that. Yeah, you used to be a little funky too sometimes, so all right, let's see. Confessions from Jeffrey. Confessions from Jeffrey. All right, so we have changing. I'm working hard to change, to face up to all that I have been avoiding for so long. I know I need to do more, but I feel so exhausted and tired. Your love is inspiring me to make the necessary changes in my life. All right, here goes one. Okay, we have daydream. I can't get you off my mind all day, every day. I always wonder what you're doing and how you are feeling about me. Meet me in your dreams tonight so we can start making our future together in reality. I want to build a strong, solid foundation for us. All right, Jeffrey, what do you want to say? Okay, we got a few here. We have protected. I've wait, I will always protect you, my love, even whether we are together or not. My higher self is always with you. I will always protect you and the love we share. I will keep boundaries around my heart that only you can cross. Yeah, this is like this deck, whoever wrote this deck is a very nice deck, but they got words mixed up. They didn't proofread or they didn't edit. Um you have afraid. I am afraid to let you down once you get to know me. I don't want to disappoint you, so I am avoiding you. I have to overcome this and myself as you see me before coming forward ready. Yeah, I'm like, it's not me reading, it's the freak cards. Follow your bliss. I feel good when I know you're happy. Do something that you enjoy today. Feelings of joy and feelings of joy and hope will bring us closer on our journey and will put you at ease. And then we have new beginnings. I have realized what I was missing in my life, and that is you. The new love has given me a fresh perspective and changed who I am. There is no going back, only forward. When I met you after that, I never looked back. I want to have a fresh new start with you. So that is the confessions. Yeah. All right. Let's do your other messages. What does Jeffrey want to say? All right, we got a few here. I love your voice. Let's make up. What does Jeffrey want to say? I'm so stressed. The thought of you makes me, the thought of you makes my heart melt. I need you. I talk to everyone about you. What do you say? Let's grow old together. You are my perfect match. You make me smile. Right. You rock my world. I'm so burnt out. You are the love of my life. Let me just give you a few extra. And we have I don't want anyone but you. I love talking to you and I miss our everyday talks. You might hear from him because he's talking about your voice, talking to you and missing your talks. So I feel like you could definitely be hearing from him soon. That's what I have for you now. And at the bottom you have your scent is so intoxicating. Yeah, a lot about your voice. Thank you so much. Same to you, girl. Have a good rest of your day. It's Tuesday, so still the beginning of the week. Well, I don't complain. All right, for Bree, let's see. Bree, let me know if you're here. All right, this is for Bree. Does my business does my business idea have the potential to be successful? All right, let's see. Does Bree's business idea have the potential to be successful? Okay, we got the Chariot. Is this something you like? Is this an idea that you've had before, but now you're like really thinking about it? Because I'm getting like a past idea coming back. So yeah, you have the Chariot, the Three of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. So for me, yes, there's definitely going to be movement, progress, as long as you're taking action, as long as you're being determined, as long as you're being focused, because you do have the Queen of Swords here, and she's very like clear-minded. Um, she's very like communicative, and when I say communicative, I mean like she gets very clear on what she wants to do and how she wants to do it. Um, and she's very like intentional. And then you have the Three of Cups, which shows celebration, success, progress, happiness, and growth. So yeah, you just gotta get out of your comfort zone is what I'm getting. With the Chariot, it's seeing like be courageous, okay? Because I do see success here in celebration. So that's what I have for you, Bree. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Paid readings are open. You're welcome, Bree. Oh my God. What you making for dinner today, Jess? I went and did all this food shopping. I got all these fruit. I got I got a lot of like the foods that I eat, like the fishes and stuff like that. Um, yeah, happy. You can have pot roast. Okay. I only had pot roast one time in my life. It was good. Yo, could you imagine if my man be watching me on here? He probably be like, that girl, she a mean girl. Say nah, I'm not a mean girl. But he probably like, what's she over there doing? Oh my god. Yo, that would be funny. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back. guys, how are you? Hi, Rockstar. You want a snack? Today I made healthy choices when I went food shopping. I'm actually having some dark chocolate right now. Like banana nut muffins or but just banana? Mm. It's one of my faves. You know what? Here it was a little cloudy earlier. Now it's sunny. You did, Jess? And you know what? I fell asleep listening to one of my subs. Oh, well, yeah, one of my subs. Wait, I had a dream. Yo, that's funny. That's cute that you had a birthday. I mean, a birthday with him. You had a dream with him. That's good. Um, how did you feel his energy in the? I mean, if you could remember in the dream. Mm. I was so, but it was calm. I was so confused. Like, why is my birthday dinner and? Well, you were calm, so that's a good thing. That's a really good sign. If you were not anxious in the dream, it's a really good sign. Yo, I'm dying. Girl, I'm about to fucking ask. Hold on. I'm gonna ask the card. So I feel like, all right, you got the dream. I mean, the dream. You got the death, the ten of swords, um, the queen of pentacles. Wait, the ten of swords, the moon, the queen of pentacles, star, and queen of cups. It does talk about a deep emotional, like, symbolism. It's not a random. It wasn't a random thing. Like a random dream. I feel like the dream reflects a major shift happening in the connection. Um, it's like your subconscious mind is showing that an old phase between y'all is ending and something new is being reborn. I feel like the whole setting, like a birthday, I feel like a birthday is always like a rebirth or a celebration of self. So it confirms that this is about you stepping into a new chapter of self-worth and emotional renewal connected to your SP. um the ten of swords with the moon, it reveals that there's still lingering emotional pain and confusion beneath the surface. Maybe a fear of things ending or uncertainty, but like, or maybe like uncertainty about how he truly feels, but it's being processed and released through your dreams. The moon often represents subconscious healing. um so it's like your higher self is working through hidden fears, illusions, and emotional wounds about the connection. The queen of pentacles and the queen of cups being here, I feel like it's all like it's showing your feminine energy, balancing beautifully, basically like grounded yet deeply loving. It's showing you like you growth. You're becoming the version of yourself that feels secure, stable, and emotionally fulfilled, with or without him, right? And then the star, that's the card that brings the most important message, which is renewed hope, renewal, right? Faith. Um, for me, like the dream shows healing, divine alignment, and spiritual connection. Even if things seem quiet or uncertain right now in the 3D, your soul and your soul and his are aligning energetically behind the scenes. It's reassurance that you're on the right path, and that this transformation will bring emotional renewal and blessings, right? Both within yourself and in the connection. It kind of reminds me, honestly, of like when I had that dream back in July, and something. See, I could remember it because it happened when I was waking up, like right before I woke up, and I texted to you, like you guys or whatever, and where I had texted to you, and how specifically something was said from that point on. I was like, oh my god, I gotta let go of this, and from there I just started to see a lot of movement and shit like that. So it's like it's almost like that's what it reminded me of. So it was like there was a purpose. So it's like when you start dreaming and shit like that, I feel like you're just shifting that energy. So like yeah, something happened and went the opposite way, but as long as you keep persistent and like your end goal, you're fine. And you know that. And I feel like the whole office, or maybe like even the school trip vibe, for me it represents more like structure and lessons. It's like you're learning and growing through this connection. It's a reminder that what's happening isn't random. It's part of the journey of, like I would say, of understanding, maturity, and divine timing. And even like I don't we know we don't apply divine timing or perfect timing to our manifestations because that will make it too logical. But at the end of the day, things happen when they're gonna happen, right? And we say it once you like shift, right? So it's all almost the same thing to me. So it's how you look at divine timing or like perfect timing. It's all the same shit because it does sometimes. Some things do take a little time to like manifest. So yeah, that was a good dream to have right now. It's almost like confirmation for you. Hi, Claudia. Yes, paid readings are open. So, yeah, just all in all, the dream just means your man is coming. All right, Claudia, you can post your question. I'm gonna go get water. Alright, I'm back. Alrighty, so let's see, Claudia. Let's see. Claudia, let me know if you're here now. Let's shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Oh. Okay, here. Alright, let's see. How does she keep feeling? One more shuffle. That was a good one. Alright, let's see. Alright, we got the Page of Wands. Okay. The Five of Cups. The Tower. The King of Cups. The Four of Swords reversed. Damn, they're coming out fast. They're flying. The Six of Cups. The Hermit. Queen of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. The Temperance. And one more. And the Eight of Wands. Alright, let's see. Let's unpack here. So, I feel like there's a lot of emotions here to unpack. So, like, even if she hides it well, I do feel like she feels some type of way. With the Page of Wands, it shows that she still thinks about you from time to time. I feel like sometimes she gets the urge to like reach out or reconnect. So I don't know if you guys had like a falling out or if it was one of those things where we just, life happened, we just stopped talking, but not for no like particular reason. So yeah, I feel like she wants to reach out or like reconnect. There's definitely curiosity and nostalgia there, but then there's the Five of Cups with the Tower. And it does reveal that something about how things ended or fell apart affected her more deeply than she let on. There's regret, disappointment, and I want to say a sense that something valuable was lost between you two. The King of Cups and the Four of Swords reversed. It does show that she's been emotionally holding back, but feels restless about it now. So I feel like she's been thinking about it a lot recently. I feel like she still cares, but she tries to stay composed or, tries to like detach emotionally. Um, and then you have the Six of Cups, which again it confirms she misses the connection. There are warm memories and a sentimental side that still, values like where she still values what you guys shared. Um, with the Hermit and the Queen of Swords, I feel like she's been doing a lot of inner reflection. Um, I feel like she's tried to understand what happened, but she also built emotional walls for protection. Um, she wants clarity and peace, yet part of her still feels guarded and hesitant to open that door, or I would say reopen that door. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, it shows that she's been watching from a distance. Um, I feel like she's thought about the possibility of rebuilding, but she's being cautious. There's this energy of should I even try again, mixed with defensiveness, pride, or ego. And then finally with the Temperance and the Eight of Wands, I feel like, it does bring hope. Healing is taking place is what I'm getting, and there's potential for communication again. I feel like once emotions feel balanced, she may not act right now, but the energy shows progress um, in the future and the desire to eventually clear the air or reconnect when the time feels right. So I would say overall she cares. She still she I feel like she still cares. She misses you. Um, and she's healing. And this could be from like her own personal stuff or things that have to do with you. Yeah, so just had to stop talking because she crossed the boundary and I kept reflecting on the entire oh yeah. So then maybe that's she feels like damn. Like when somebody like cuts you off and you're like you wasn't expecting it, so that could be it. I feel like there's just a mix of pride, fear, and self-protection that's kept her silent, but the bond between you two hasn't fully faded, for sure. So I feel like that could be the pride because you cut her off, so she could be feeling like a little bit like, damn, she cut me off. Like, I feel weird trying to reach out. Yeah, I didn't feel like she was appreciating me, and yeah, and there was another friend in the way on her side that was in the way. Okay, when you say in the way, like you mean like kind of like disrupting your friendship? Is that what you mean by the friend was in the way? Yeah, that's how it is. Sometimes that's why sometimes you have to like. I always tell people like once you take responsibility for you, you'll see things a lot more clear. Because I used to be a big giver, and I learned that like it was me that I should not have been that way with a lot of people. So once I took that into consideration, I just brought the power back to me. But yeah, when you're usually the giver, it's hard when because people tend to like take that kind of stuff for granted. Not everybody. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I remember one time there was somebody, just you know exactly who, Miss Needy, and that we all kind of cut off at one point. I feel like with her, like it was just. See, I'm not a person that's like a good morning texter. Like I know that's something I have to work on, but if I was talking to my friends last night and like for me, I feel like I've had a continued conversation going with my friends for years, right? If I had we were continuing a conversation from last night, I don't feel the need to say good morning. Like, and I even have done that with clients that I'm like, oh my god, I gotta say, be like a little more professional. But they know how I am. I just don't. And I remember one time she was like, she tried to call me out on that. Like she was like, "Oh, I just would like for you to just be like, hey, good morning. How are you feeling?" I was like, "Girl, like I'm not doing that." Yo, right? Just like if I'm at like, yeah, right, exactly. Or like and sometimes I'll say like, "Good morning, guys," like whatever, like. But it's like even with the memberships, right? Just like I'll sometimes text y'all like, or like I'll be like, "Good morning," like with the audio. But to be like honestly like to like for you to try to calm and then after that I was like, girl, I'm not fucking speaking to you again. I stopped to that was like around that time I was like, yeah, I'm not. Girl, you need people that need too much. To me, you're not about to like use me to fill your empty ass cup because you can't fill it yourself, because that's what it felt like to me. Like you're in need of someone to fill your fucking cup, and I'm not that. All right, Gypsy, no problem. Hi, love. So and I'm not talking about like speaking life into my friends and stuff. No, that's different. But I felt like she was every time it was something with her. Like she always needed something. And to me, I'm like, I ain't your fucking man. And I'm not here to fucking nurture you. You're welcome, Claudia. Sorry if I didn't say thank you before. Thank you. But yeah, I was just like, there's some people that are way too needy, and I'm just like, I my friends are not like that. So yeah, like my friends know how I am. Sometimes I forget to text back. Like yeah, like same. Like I like my good night and my good morning text for my man. Like, but I don't care about my friend not texting me good morning. Like I don't even think of that kind of stuff. Like it's just so weird. I used to be like, oh my god. I remember, yeah, that was one of my last straws with her ass. Like, and I already knew how she was because she was already being needy. But yeah, when she said that shit to me that day, I was like, what the fuck? Like, bitch, I don't need to say good morning to you. Like, this is a continued conversation from yesterday. You can post your question, Jesse. Like, why am I gonna like? I don't know. It was weird. It was weird to me. Gypsy, post your question. Wait, let me see. No, I don't see it either. See, it probably would have showed on StreamYard if I was on StreamYard. Yeah, and it's be like the weirdest shit. you know. Nah, I still don't see it. All right, let's see. Makes us do urgent access to our comments. They're booty holes. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. All right, let's see. So if I start posting on, oh, because you had a, oh yeah. All right, on TikTok. Will this affect the Libra? Let's see. Yeah, I've always said that. I'm like, you could post, you could fucking, you'll see a booty hole on here, but you can't say bitch on the fucking chat. Like, or you can't say F you, literally the words F you. All right, let's see. Will this affect the Libra? Let's see. The Seven of Wands. The Tower. And the World. Sorry, 1 second. I feel like it will, because it's gonna like, how can I say it? Like, I feel like it will. What I'm so I feel like with the Seven of Wands, it shows that he's definitely gonna notice the shift and get. It's like I get two different energies here. That's why I'm like, I'm getting like feeling defensive, but also curious. Um, I feel like the Tower means it's gonna shake. It'll shake him up because emotionally, because it's a sudden change and it's unexpected, and especially if he's like using social media to keep up with you, right? Um, Now he doesn't have that, right? And then with the world, it comes from, it puts you back in control. Um, and it's gonna have him wondering. That's what I'm getting. Like, it's gonna have him wondering, um, what the fuck you're up to. So yes, yeah, it will. Especially if he's like keeping up with you, because I feel like he is. That's why it's gonna create a challenge for him. Because now it's like, oh, well, what the fuck is she doing? So yeah, I'm definitely getting a yes. Yeah, that's, you know what? If I were you too, maybe don't post stuff like that. Like, I always said this, and I tell my cousins this, I tell everybody this, I tell my sisters this. When you act nonchalant, it makes somebody more curious. When you're posting too much feely stuff, or like, let's just say, I'm not saying this is what you're posting, but let's just say you're posting like that you're down, or like you're posting like shady stuff, like taking shots. That person is, I feel like it makes them even more distant, because now you're coming off as defensive. And when someone doesn't want to deal with like someone that's overly emotional, they'll just shut off. They'll definitely distance themselves. If I were you, I will post, but I will post like nothing that has to do with, nothing that can he can reference back to himself. Like, I will post like, do your hair, do your makeup. Like, even if you're just at home trying to post a fucking drink, like whatever it is, like post fun shit. Because I've always said this, fun shit will have somebody more drawn to you than you posting sad shit, or like posting things that are too overly emotional. So yeah, I would definitely say, like, if you want to like take a little break and then come back, like almost renew, like let's just say in a few days or whatever, I would do that. I would play that game, the game of like, I don't give a fuck. You're welcome. Like fun shit, like, yeah, like you looking good, you having a ball. Like, I just feel like for whatever reason that just attracts people more. Cause even me, like even with people like friends, like when I be seeing them posting, like I'm gonna keep it 1,000 low vibrational stuff, and especially if I know like I can't really get through to them, I just be like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Yeah, do that. I took a while before. Let me tell you something. The last time I posted a picture of myself was February, and then I posted one in July, and then I posted one in September. And just could tell you, like, I remember I posted that picture in July, right? And this man literally said he was going on a fucking hiatus. Like a week later, he said he was going back on his hiatus, because when I set offline, he did too. Just could tell you, after I posted that picture, just did he go back into his hiatus, or did he start cutting up? He started not, like posting nonstop. And now whenever I view his story, and I don't view all his shit either, whenever I do, he start posting like crazy. And when I don't, he'll stay quiet. So yeah, no, thank you, girls. You gotta play the game. Cutting the fuck up, like, you just gotta. And you know what's funny, that I posted those pictures like just because, like, I posted them because I wanted to, and I wasn't expecting anything out of it. And let me tell you, I've gotten reactions. Like, I'm not gonna speak on everything that's happened. Girl, yeah, I had did that too in the beginning. I had posted some stuff, and then I went back and I was like, ew, bitch, we not gonna be, nah, we not gonna give nobody. First of all, you don't give nobody that power. But yeah, it was yeah, interesting for sure. Right, just, yo, that's funny. What a placebo. Oh wait, just post your question. Oh my god, you know I was about to get off. Post your question. You're my last person right for this one. I'll be back on later. Yeah, that's definitely what I would do. Yep. Mm-mm. It helps you too, because obviously you're gonna post certain things. Um, you're gonna post certain things and wanting a reaction, and if you don't get it, it kind of puts you back in a funk. So, and good thing you're aware, because yeah, his energy like shifted like in a real like crazy way. So the fact that you posted some emotional stuff and he showed up as like detachment from that makes a lot of sense to me, because that was like, yeah, I'm not gonna deal with this. Like, some people just don't like to, they don't have the maturity or emotional capability, I would say. You was in your feelings. Yeah, that's normal. All right, let's see. How does he from Etsy feel about trust? Is this that lady? I can't believe she was going in on you like that, and it was just like unnecessary. Is that her, Jess? Let's see. How does she feel about Jess? The Hierophant. Okay. The Ace of Wands. The Eight of Cups. So I feel like she feels like she stood on business too. Like, I feel like she saw no wrong in her reaction, but also is just kind of accepting things for what they are, walking away from it, leaving it alone. Um, I feel like, don't be surprised if she tries to leave like a bad review on like something old. Um, but at the same time, I don't feel like she is. Yeah, I feel like she. It's crazy because I feel like she still feels like you were misunderstanding her. The Eight of Wands to me feels like, again, like she's just choosing to walk away, let it be. The Six of Cups reversed to me tells me, um, moving forward, just kind of leaving the situation behind her. About the situation, oh my god, I hate when they do that. I had someone do that to me, like, but she left too. Really bad. Like, yeah, it was just like, okay. And I wrote to her and I said, I'm reporting you for harassment. I did. The Two of Swords is here. And what's so funny with the Five of Swords, the Moon, and the Queen of Wands, I feel like, it's crazy because she feels like she won the battle. Like, she won the battle, she got the last word, and she's okay with it. Like, so, and how she is viewing you is with the Moon and the Queen of Wands. She's like, she's kind of confused about, she's trying to say like she's confused about your behavior, but it's like, bitch, you're the crazy one. And she was like, just obviously has trouble understanding. Oh my god. Nah, she a bitch. She did that on purpose. What an asshole. She's an asshole. I can't believe, and she still thinks that she did no wrong. People are hella weird. welcome. Yes. Yeah, that's what the one that's what when you put set a boundary, and I'm like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Cause then you know what, like I had one of my customers that was on there. She went and right after that, I had a customer purchase 7 of my listings, and it was just like literally the next day. And I was like, okay, I think it was more than that actually. She ordered just about all of them. So yeah. Yeah, it's not. It's well, that's one thing I learned about reviews too. Like people when they don't get what they want out of the situation, they'll go and like try to shit on that's why with reviews, even like with certain places to stay at and things, I'm very like mindful not to get too wrapped up in the negative stuff. But all right, I'm gonna head out. I will see you guys later. I'll come back on for a little bit. Um, we'll see. So, bye.